Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? Kevin here coming at you with another video. So tonight I want to talk about carbon, soot, ash, all those type of things that are robbing you of valuable horsepower. Sitting before you, you have a couple of exhaust systems, just two, but they're all taken apart. You have your typical KE, because this channel right here really does a lot of Kawasaki KE, KDs, KMs. That sort of thing. So we have a KE exhaust system. This is off my white bike, the one that's not going to be used. And then you have your exhaust muffler that we are going to be using on my KE 102 build. So I took them all apart because they all have to be cleaned before they can go back on. So I figured, you know what? Why don't we talk about soot? Because soot is something that is really affecting a lot of bikes, and it can actually cause a bike to overheat, lose power, and that sort of thing. So let's get into the exhaust systems right away. Okay, what is soot? Soot is a buildup of ash, carbon, all that kind of stuff with an oily film. Let me get my glove here so I don't get my hands all filthy here doing this. You can see the soot build up right in there. See that? How dirty that is? How thick and how fat it is? It's just ugh. It's like a clogged artery. You know what I mean? So let me get my flashlight here, and I'll see if I can put a little bit more light on the subject for you. There you go. Now you can see all that soot. And if you look on all your bike is going to look just like this. You see how it's just all the turbine part of it right there. Pretty ashy, really bad. This is off the KE 100, and you can see the ring in the back there, and just it's all the carbon. And then you can see the packing. The packing on this one is the fabric that's wrapped around it. This needs to be repacked, but you see how it is. It's really just nasty stuff. How does that happen? How does that get there? I'm going to show you how that gets there. I'm going to show you exactly how that happens, okay? And it's a real simple thing. And it's because of this, two-strokes have a bad name. Okay? A two-stroke is not a clean engine. I've discussed this because the intake and exhaust ports are open at the same time, and you lose a lot of your unburnt fuel out the exhaust. So, that's what you're seeing. But there's a part to that too, okay? Excuse me, coming down with a little bit of a cold. I use the Climber manual, okay? And when you're looking up oils, right on the few pages in, page whatever that is, engine oil, a good quality two-stroke engine oil. Okay. Can you clarify that? Nope, can't. Okay, well, I'm going to clarify it for you. There are many, many types of two-stroke oil, okay? Many types. One in particular is designed for chainsaw engines and little two-strokes. Okay, this is an Echo blend. I use this in my Husqvarna because it actually works really well in Husqvarna, believe it or not. And how can you tell? You can tell by the little screen on the exhaust. It doesn't clog up with this oil. The Husqvarna oil tends to clog up. Why? Because it says less ash in it than the other one does. So right here it says low smoke. It's a good quality thing. Extends engine life. They all say that. You'll find that on even Walmart brand says it extends engine life. How the hell does that happen? It's a good quality oil. That's what they claim. But is it? You know? And then it says premium synthetic blend oil with fuel stabilizers. Okay. So there's just more added chemicals in, but you're putting the same amount. So if I'm putting 2.6 ounces of oil in my machine, some of that oil is not really oil, so it actually drops it down a little bit because now it's got stabilizer in it. You see what I'm saying? So it's all mixed in. It's all part of it. Yeah, okay, but it's still, when I'm measuring up to here, I want 2.6 ounces of oil. Not all other added, a whole list of stuff. Okay? Will this work on our bikes? Yes. Yes, it will. Will the bike seize up from it? No. No, it won't. What will happen okay, with this right here, is it may not work properly in your bike. See, it says for all air-cooled engines, 2 strokes, okay, for all. They label that for all. But keep in mind that this oil is designed for 2-stroke chainsaw and weed whacker engines. Now, I don't have any marine oil with me to show you, but there's so many different grades of oil. There's marine grade for liquid cooled. There's marine grade for oil injection air liquid cooled, and then there's what do you call it there? There's high ash, low ash. Why do we need ash? Because some of the older engines required it. It's kind of like lead in some cases. I'm assuming on that part of it. But for our dirt bikes, it's very important you read the label, because our dirt bikes, keep this in mind, and when you go to the market and you go to the store and you buy a KX100, okay, which is a liquid cooled high performance dirt bike, or a YZ450, or something, whatever it may be, okay, that has a high power 2-stroke. YZ450 is a 4-stroke, but pretend it's a 2-stroke, okay? It would be liquid cooled if it was. You follow me? So what you need to find is an oil that is designed for oil injection engines, because it's different. You need to find an oil that is for air-cooled engines, because air-cooled engines run hotter than liquid-cooled. And a liquid-cooled engine produces more power than an air-cooled. So they're different oil grades, okay? So I'm going to show you guys what I run in my bikes. I run 2 types of oil on the original bikes or performance bikes. I sometimes run the Irving oil, which is a very good quality oil. Kind of hard to find, because a lot of the stuff when you go into an Irving gas station is now for some reason all marine grade stuff. So I really haven't been able to find it, but I'm going to show you the alternative, and actually a better alternative. There's a few of them. There's Ames oil, and there's Lucas. And you saw me use Lucas. Now, by the way, a little disclaimer, Lucas is not paying me for this. I'm doing this because I give you guys product reviews on the stuff that I use, and good quality stuff that I use. So I'm going to show you guys what I use in my videos. And one of the oils that I use is the Lucas. Okay, this is a high performance semi-synthetic. Okay, so it's natural and man-made 2-stroke oil. It says smokeless, low ash, which is low ash. Low ash is going to give you less soot. Okay, keep that in mind. And then when you flip it over and you read it, okay, Lucas semi-synthetic 2-stroke oil is formulated with an extensive additive package that burns clean and helps plugs and rings last longer. User can expect less fuel consumption and no more filter clogging. What does that mean, filter clogging? Well, when you do a premix, sometimes it clogs up your filter because the oil is too thick. This stuff is formulated to not do that. Suitable for use in air-cooled engines. That's what you need. Designed for any oil injection system or premix up to 50:1. Okay, for use in all chainsaws, snowmobiles, leaf blowers, weed eaters, motorcycles, etc. That covers us, guys. Okay, burns clean, smokeless, reduces carbon buildup. There we go, guys. That's it right there. The exhaust, carbon buildup. Exhaust, carbon buildup. Okay, right here was it. What was I? Reduces, yeah, burn, smokeless. Okay, prevents piston burning, spark plug fouling, rings sticking, and corrosion caused by combustion residue. Provides rust protection during storage. Okay, so it leaves a little bit of a film. It's semi-synthetic. Now, what are they talking about with the piston? I'm going to show you what they're talking about. Remember that piston I showed you guys a while back? it prevents this. See all that? It prevents that. That right there is lack of horsepower. That right there robs of horsepower. Okay? That is not running correctly. That prevents that. This, when I read in a book, a good quality oil, I'm going to trust Lucas. That's what I use. Okay? So Lucas semi-synthetic, you can get that right online. You can go on eBay. You can go on Amazon. You can get this anywhere. You can go to your local, I believe most of your auto parts stores would even have this. Just go and ask them. Motorcycle shops, ask them. Tell them you want Lucas. I use that in my, you saw me use the Lucas gear oil in my Bombardier. That's phenomenal. That stuff is, that right there was a fully synthetic, and it was awesome. You can get full synthetic oils from Lucas. This is the one I prefer because it kind of fits the bill for the older ones, for the old bikes. And my old girl, this is what I'm trusting in it. So when I do my KE 102 build, this is the oil that I'll be using in that. Okay, so, and it's got the little mixing chart up top there, you know. And, yeah, so that's pretty much it. And right here, guys, made in the USA. That's another bonus right there. Okay, so it's made in the United States. It's a good quality oil, and it has low ash. So, that's that. Many of you people are looking at these videos going, okay, my bike doesn't have that packing. Most of the time it's ripped off, and by ripping it off, it makes the bike a little louder. That's basically deadens the sound and channels it more through. And half the time these parts in the back here of the baffle are ripped off and broken. Cracked and corroded and ripped off. This came off of my white 1992 KE 100 that was actually left alone. It was original. So, next part I'm going to get into, guys, real quick, is how do you clean the ash out of the silencers? How do I clean them out? I do two different types of things. This is the silencer part of it right here. How am I going to clean that ash out? There's two different ways. Well, actually three. Sometimes you can get them with your ultrasonic cleaner if you have one. If you look at my electrolysis video, you might have to add a few more grounds to that, but I have a video on electrolysis that'll clean that thing up like brand new. I'm not kidding. It's awesome. And it's good for getting inside of things. Also, if the soot is really thick, like in the front there, where's my, I dropped it. If you have a lot of soot like that, you might have to burn it out. And I use a propane torch. I don't use anything fancy. Just a regular propane, torch. You can use MAP gas or anything like that, as long as it ain't a cutting torch. Unless you use less oxygen, that'll really burn it out really quick. But I think it would, yeah, I think it would be too much heat for it. But I use a propane and I just heat it up, and that stuff will flake off. Same thing if you have a two-stroke, like a chainsaw engine on the exhaust, and you start up and it runs for a second and it bogs. Soot can cause your engine to bog and hesitate. The soot can actually cause the engine to overheat because it's basically a plugged exhaust. You guys ever seen the movie Beverly Hills Cop? When they put a banana in the tailpipe, or you put a banana in the tailpipe. When you put the banana in the tailpipe, it clogs the exhaust and the motor can't breathe and it stalls out. Same thing with this. I see a lot of people taking the exhaust off and it looks like this right here, and the bike sounds great. It's really loud. But you're actually robbing yourself of horsepower. And I'm going to tell you why. Two-stroke engines need back pressure. They have to have it. And if they don't have back pressure and it's just a free-flowing, wide-open exhaust, you're actually losing power. It's not like a four-stroke. So keep that in mind. Also, too, changing your packing, which is the, go back into the packing part. Clean your exhaust and change your packing. This fabric right here. You can buy this at the at a dirt bike shop or a two-stroke shop. and you basically cut it to length, wrap it around it, and reinstall it. Real simple to do. Stuff is easy. Do that as part of your maintenance. Most of you guys are going to take your exhaust apart and go, my packing's gone. And that's typical for these bikes. That's actually the third one I've seen with the packing still in it. They're very rare to have them with the packing. A lot of times they're ripped out and thrown away. Or they go, oh, I'll have to replace my packing, and never replaced it. And a lot of people don't even know what packing is. So if you go to the parts store and you say, you know, the motorcycle shop, and say, I need exhaust packing, you're gonna get a big bag of it, and you're gonna be like, that's it? Yep, that's it. It comes in a plastic bag, and you can also order that on Amazon, or eBay. Exhaust packing, and it's not for a particular bike. It's just exhaust packing. That's it. And then when you install it, just make sure you're careful on your install. And try not to twist it too much. But that's pretty much it for that. I mean, you can, yes, this is going right in. You get the seal. That's pretty much it. Boom, just like that, all done. So, and you put your bolts in it, and off you go. But, yeah, I mean, seriously, you know, that's all pretty much basic maintenance. You want to keep it clean. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a KE102 build, and that's the exhaust. It's going to be cleaned up, painted up, and all that type of stuff. But I wanted to show you guys a little bit about soot, and how you can get away from a lot of it. You'll never be able to get it all out. Okay, so don't even try. Get it as clean as you can. The more cleaner you get it, the better off you are. You're not going to get it back down to brand new metal. I mean, I wouldn't sandblast it, because that stuff can get stuck in there and will get sucked back through the exhaust and could ruin your engine. And whatever you use for chemicals to clean it, some people soak them in gasoline. I've done that myself. I soaked them in gasoline, and then was able to clean them out that way as well. That does work. But it's dangerous. You know, you get a whole bucket of open, you know, gasoline just out in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? Could catch fire. Who knows what could happen to it? And also, too, when you put it back in, you want to make sure it's nice and clean and not flammable. And just be careful how you put them back together. You know, you don't want to break off the what do you call it? The baffles. And, I mean, that's pretty much it. You just got to make sure you put it back to the way it was, because your engine is jetted to that exhaust system. So, you know, your bike is going to run like a 79 to an 80 jet, maybe even a 90 on a KE100. With that said, you want to make sure that it stays that way. You know what I mean? So, it's very important. So, there's all kinds of things that can go wrong with that. Keep that in mind. That's, there we go. Knocked that right on the floor. A little bump on the end. See if you can put the exhaust bolts back into it. They go together nice and tight, I'll tell you that. Especially when they get the packing in them. But just be careful when you put them back together, and make sure you're doing them the same way you took them apart. If you have to leave a mark and index them, that's fine too. And don't force them if they don't go together, you know, right off. Take your time with them, and don't force them. They will go. Sometimes they just need a little manipulation. That's the tip. Tip one right here. Put that on. Check those rings. Make sure those O-rings that there's two on this key. There's one ring in there. I didn't show you what the ring looks like. Let me take this back apart. I'll show you what the one on the tip looks like. Typically they're broken, but this one's in good shape. That's your ring right there, that exhaust ring right there. That stops it from leaking. If you have exhaust leak coming out of here and out of there, your exhaust is not sealed properly. That's not going to really rob you of horsepower. It's just going to not be, you know, exhausting the way it should be. As long as it ain't, you know, ridiculous amounts. But watch that soot, because that soot can clog up, and I'm telling you, I've seen bikes that just don't run right because of it. And it really sucks, because the bike was in excellent condition, and I've had people getting rid of bikes because of it. Literally, because there was soot in the exhaust and the bike wasn't running properly. So, and these don't have to be monkey tight. These, you know, when I say monkey tight, like a gorilla, okay, they're just snug. You know, snug and a little bit of a turn. That'll do you. You know. Don't force them if they don't go in. Don't force them, because you'll strip out the threads, and it's so easy to do. This fits in there really tight. This particular one. I just figured I'd do an exhaust video. I'm going to try to get the brake one done tomorrow night when I get out of work. Been working some crazy hours because it's this, you know, it's my season for work, so. But try to on the side. See if I can get it up. Here we go. Oh, maybe not. You got to get it just right. There we go. I'm dropping stuff everywhere. Anyway, so that's pretty much it for what I have for you guys tonight. I just wanted to show you how bad some of that soot can be on there. I'm not going to use the torch and burn this off in the house, but you can see how they're closed up. I don't know if you can see it or not. See if I can focus. Yeah. A little bit less light there. See how they're all just plugged up? That means the exhaust can't travel through it smoothly, and it's going to cause it to hesitate. That's going to bog, which is probably the reason why they junked that bike in the first place. It couldn't breathe. The darn thing was having a seizure. So, remember what I said. First things first. Clean your exhaust tips and your silencers. Make sure that they're soot-free, or as best that you can get them. There's a few different ways you can do it. Ultrasonic cleaner. You can use the electrolysis cleaner, which is what I made in one of my videos. It's got like over 7,000 views, which is awesome. Thanks, guys. And what do you call it there? And your oils. Get an oil that's low ash and burns clean and is a good quality oil. It's Lucas. Okay? It's not the other guys. Don't use Walmart brand. Don't use the cheapos at the other stores, the Kmart brand. No, I'm not saying they're bad oils, but they're bad oils for this particular bike. Okay, they might work great in your chainsaws, they might work great in your scooters, and all that other stuff, but they're not for these bikes. And the book doesn't give you good quality oil specifications, but I'm giving you guys the lowdown, the how-to. It's Lucas. Get your Lucas oil. That is the oil that these bikes absolutely love. It's designed for air-cooled engines. It's designed for oil injection systems. These are the two things that we have that the other oils don't. If you look in the back of your oil, it's just going to say it's designed for any two-stroke. That doesn't cut the ice with me. Make sure it says oil injection. Make sure it says air-cooled. Make sure it says Lucas. Well, that's all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. And we'll be doing some more videos. Thank you. Have a good night.